prepare for a very stormy week and even very stormy month in Kenyan politics. And the signs are clearly there, to confirm that what is ahead of us, my friends, is unprecedented. Okay? And if you have doubts about what I'm saying, I think we should start with the style, if I can call it that all the parties, virtually all the parties, have decided to use in this fight. Even amid the chaos, you can have a political fight where people have not really removed the gloves. Okay, it is heated, all right. It is very vicious, but at least still above board as far as politics is concerned. However, this one, this one, my friends, does not fit into that category. Let me give you a few examples. The wife of Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, Pastor Dorcas, has been removed from a WhatsApp prayer group. Yes, you heard me right. She was removed from a State House Prayer Warriors WhatsApp group. What does that tell you? Maombi Jemeni. Hey. Now, of course, I can hear somebody arguing that maybe the prayer instructions this group is given would leak information out to the Gachagua camp, especially as the other camp prepares to impeach the Deputy President, barely 2 years into office. And there is more. According to Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua, a number of his allies have been approached with Kenya shillings 5 million to facilitate the impeachment of Gachagua. Quite a number of members of parliament, especially from the Mount Kenya region, have been approached. Now, the first thing we need to take very careful note of is that amount. Okay? No offense intended, but usually bribes to members of parliament do not go that high. Okay? Indeed, we've had cases of very little money, depending on the importance of the bill, very little money being given to MPs to vote in a certain way. 10,000, 50,000, amounts like that. And I'm afraid there is no other name for it. That is bribe money. However, we're being told 5 million. That amount speaks volumes. It tells us that those who are behind this impeachment motion are serious. They are very, very serious. Even as some Kenyans still think it is a joke. Okay? Still think it is some stage-managed event to divert attention. But even more interesting is the response that the Gachagua camp have clearly decided to come up with. In any battle, political or otherwise, even in some offices where there are political battles, when one side does something, they expect the other side to respond. That is normal. And the response of Gachagua and company will excite a lot of Kenyans and worry the Ruto camp. They have decided, if I can use Kenyan language, wameamua kutoboa. They have decided to expose all the dirty, dirty things within the Ruto camp in UDA. And nobody knows where people will draw the line. Decide that, we shouldn't expose this. we shouldn't expose anything beyond this. Nobody knows where that line is. But in my opinion, there is something else even bigger which is looming, especially if this impeachment motion succeeds. The Secretary General of the UDA party has told us that they have a plan to remove Rigathi Gachagua from the party. Okay, at first sight, you may think that is not a big deal. But remember, history is repeating itself. Do you remember what happened the last time when Uhuru Kenyatta's faction tried to remove Deputy President William Samoei Ruto from the Jubilee Party? Do you remember the mess that followed, which has still not been sorted out to date? Do you remember that? Now, I'm sure you're not convinced that Gachagua will go without a fight. I'm sure you're not convinced that will happen. And therefore, what you should expect is total war, politically, and maybe even otherwise. And to make matters worse, there's Mio's side, or rather what is left of Azimio, have also decided to join the fray. This week in Nyeri, when Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, a former Vice President of the Republic of Kenya, and Rigathi Gachagua met at a solemn function to bid farewell to the children who perished at the fire tragedy in Nyeri. When the two met, it was very clear that what is left of Azimio will throw its full weight behind Gachagua. And of course that includes members of parliament from the Wiper Party and from ODM as well. The part of ODM that is not in government. Now, what does all this tell us? Now, I believe you need to sit down for this one. Now, according to my information, and according to what we are all seeing very, very clearly before us, one of the political weapons, very deadly, that DP Gachagua's side is going to use is to turn his impeachment motion into a motion of impeachment against President William Samoei Ruto. Ay, 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 ay. Now, we need to remember that impeachment motions anywhere in the world are more about the politics than the legal technicalities. But even after saying that, one cannot ignore the growing voices saying that in fact there are many, many, many more solid grounds for impeaching President William Samoei Ruto. There are many more than there are for impeaching Deputy President Rigathi Gachagua. And therefore, Bwana Gachagua and company are going to attempt, in all the chaos that will ensue, to do a switch, so that suddenly we find that we are no longer impeaching Gachagua, but in fact we are impeaching his boss. Now, nobody can predict how successful or not successful that will be. But I believe sometimes in politics, the mess and the chaos created in some political battles could be enough to bring a regime down. But that remains to be seen. Let's wait and see. Let us get our popcorn, because what is ahead is a show and a half. A political show and a half. And so, armed with this information that I've given you today, you will be able to totally understand the very crazy information that I have in my latest special report about what the Ruto people have done and are doing. It is so crazy it will leave you breathless. Okay? Especially to do this Adani Manenos, but also to do with the way the country is governed by President Ruto. And you have a chance for a very short time to take advantage of this very special offer of mine. You can see details on your screens right now. For only Kenya shillings 19.99, you'll be able to get these highly sensitive special reports. And not only this one, but also all the other sensitive reports, in case you've missed them, some of them, all of them. You'll be able to get all of them pop in your inbox. Now use the details you see in front of your screens, repeated in the description area below this video on YouTube, and also in the comments area. Please move fast to avoid disappointment, okay? Because this is definitely coming to an end very soon. Until next time, this is Chris Kumekucha.